Hey there, South Belton Middle School community. My name is Kevin Taylor, and I am the principal here at South Belton Middle School. I'm starting my 4th year as principal, but I have been a member of this staff since the doors opened in 2011. A lot has changed since that first year, especially in the last 6 months. We've all experienced what COVID has done to change education, from online learning to wearing masks and bathing in hand sanitizer. What has not changed, however, is the desire of every staff member here to provide exceptional learning experiences for each and every student, each and every day. Whether we're instructing in person, online, or in a combination of the two, our first priority every day is to keep your students safe and healthy and to provide the best educational experience possible. I know that this time in history is confusing and frustrating, but we are working to make things more clear, to ensure that you feel safe in our building, and to keep learning at the same high levels we had before this crisis began. The videos that will follow were all produced by our staff in order to introduce our newly improved procedures to you. You will see that we integrated the health and safety practices that we will require of all members of our learning community in each of the situations. It is our hope that these videos will help students know what to expect when they arrive on campus for instruction, and that they will make you feel safer in sending your child back to school. No matter what comes our way this year, we will work together to keep the learning going, because we are South Belton, and we never stop.
Hi, my name is Mark Terwilliger, and I'm your nurse here at South Belton Middle School for this coming school year. Myself, along with my LVN, Christy Halan, want to welcome you to South Belton Middle School and let you know we're excited for the school year. We want to be a resource for you and help you in any way we can in managing your students' health conditions or with any questions or concerns you might have. So please reach out to us by email or phone anytime. We are just but one piece of the district's larger team working to ensure a successful school year. And I want to let you know how hard the district has been working with many, many hours putting into our COVID response plan, making sure that our school is going to be safe and healthy for your students, and above all else, a positive learning experience for them. A few quick reminders as we get ready to start the school year. The things you can do as a parent to ensure the safety of your students, as well as the safety and health of all the rest of the students and staff here at South Belton, is to make sure and screen your student each day before they come to school, to make sure they're not ill, and if necessary, take their temperature. If your student does have illness symptoms, it's really required that you keep them at home, but also notify us going forward so that we can follow up on how they're doing. While they're at school, should your student have any symptoms or we have any concerns, we will be reaching out to you to ask you further questions. Again, we welcome you to South Belton Middle School, and we're looking forward to a great school year. Look forward to seeing you.
Hi, I'm Miss Smith. I'm the counselor who lives downstairs across from the gym. I'm pretty easy to find. If your last name starts with M through Z, then I'm going to be your counselor.
I'm Mr. Deacon. I'm the counselor for the last names A through L, and I live upstairs in the 7th grade hallway, right in the hallway before you get to the 7th grade hallway. We serve all kinds of kids and whoever needs to see us. Ms. Smith, why would they want to come see us?
Sometimes you may want to come see us because you're just feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you're having a hard time with your grades or behavior in class and you really just need to talk to somebody. Sometimes you may want to report that a friend of yours is having a rough time. And that's great because we always need eyes out looking for kids that need help.
We also, you might have a question about your schedule. You might have a disagreement with a teacher. You might have some issues. You know, our job is to kind of help you solve a problem and then make your school life here as functional and as comfortable as possible. So don't feel sad. Don't feel it's not a bad thing to come see the counselor. Come see us if you need anything. We're here to solve problems. Again, downstairs, Miss Smith, M through Z, your last name. I'm Mr. Deacon, upstairs, A through L. Always have to adjust our masks. So that's it. Thanks.
We are very excited to finally have kids in the building.
It's been a very long time. We're happy to see you, about 170 days or so. So welcome, and we'll see you in the hallway.
Bye.
At South Belton, parent drop-off is located at the front of the building. Parents are to pull up as far as they can in the drop-off loop, at which time their student will exit the car and proceed toward the front doors of the building. Please ensure that you have your ID card and face mask on, and that you are socially distanced 6 feet from others.
Our front doors open at 7:30. In the morning, when you arrive either by car or on foot, you will exit in the front loop from the car or use designated crosswalks to cross the parking lot into the front of the building.
Please have your mask and ID on when you leave your car and you enter the building. When you enter the building, sanitize your hands, and then you go to the cafeteria to eat breakfast.
If you are done eating breakfast, teachers on duty will direct you to the big gym. If you are not eating breakfast, you will go directly to the big gym. Please make sure you remain socially distant. When you are done, you will be directed to your class.
If you arrive after 7:40, you will go either directly to breakfast or directly to your first period class.
We are here to talk to you about exiting the bus in the morning and entering the school building.
First things first, mask has to be worn while exiting the bus and entering the school.
The second thing to make sure that you do is to exit the bus one at a time. Make sure we're socially distanced at 6 feet apart. That is just as tall as me.
And third thing, ID, school ID, worn every day, all day.
Remember, guys, here at South Belton Middle School,
We never stop.
All right, we're going to talk about the breakfast line for this year. For the breakfast line, you will go to the hand wash station as you come into the front of the school. Make sure that as you are coming into the school, you put on your mask as you enter the building. Make sure that you are social distancing as well. After sanitizing your hands, students will move to the line by going to the gym and then down the ramp. There will be stickers to indicate where to stand so that each student remains 6 feet apart. At the bottom of the ramp, there will be an adult that will let students know when to enter the kitchen to get breakfast. The B line will be the only line used while at breakfast.
The cafeteria staff will hand you your breakfast tray. The adult on duty will tell you where to sit. Places will be marked. Please keep your mask on until you sit down to eat. Before you eat, you may remove your mask. Eat respectfully and quickly. Always remember to clean your area up. Raise your hand if you need to get an adult's attention. Once you finish eating, put your mask back on, gather your trash, and carefully place it in the trash can closest to your table. Hi, I'm Miss Weaver here at South Belton, and I'm going to talk to you about the expectation for the stairs. When walking up or down the stairs, remember to be safe, respectful, and responsible by following these steps. Stay to the far right and keep at least 2 steps between you and the person in front of you to maintain social distancing. Make sure your mask and IDs are always on correctly. When you get to class, sanitize. So to recap, stay to the right, 2 steps apart, walk, mask and IDs are always on.
We are going to run through the scenario of how you will enter every single classroom on campus. You will have your mask on, covering your mouth and your nose. Your ID should be on, and your hands will need to be empty because every teacher will be squirting you with some hand sanitizer. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. I see you have your mask covering your mouth and your nose.
Yes, ma'am.
Your ID is on.
Yes, ma'am.
And your hands are empty.
Thank you.
Make your way to your seat, or your assigned seat, and begin on your warm-up. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for staying socially distanced. 6 feet is quite a distance away.
When walking in the hall, there are some important guidelines to keep in mind. Be sure to wear your ID in the hallway and keep technology like phones and earbuds away. We know you want to see your friends and say hello, but be sure to keep a respectful distance in the hallway. And always wear your mask to keep yourself and others safe. Walk on the right-hand side of the hallway and always walk with a purpose to make sure you make it to class on time. Remember that outside doors should stay closed since visitors should always enter through the front office.
Today we're going to tell and show you what our hallway expectations are when you're in the hallway during class. We want to focus on being safe, respectful, and responsible. We want you to remember that being safe in the hallway means no technology, wearing your mask appropriately, and maintaining a social distance about 6 feet from others. To be respectful in the hallway, we keep our voice levels at a 1, which is a whisper, or lower. Finally, we want you to be responsible in the hallway by having your school ID and carrying your restroom or hall pass with you all times. We can also be responsible by wearing our mask and keeping a social distance from others.
Hey everyone, I'm here to talk to you about how to properly wear a mask. Some examples of face coverings include a medical mask, cloth mask, neck gaiters, and face shields. But first, let's talk about how do we wear a mask. Properly worn masks cover your nose and your mouth at all times. And let's talk about where we have to wear a mask. You must have a mask on at all times when at school, unless you're eating or drinking. And don't forget, always wear your school IDs.
When you enter the South Belton Library, you'll always make sure you have a pass and a mask. You'll wait for your hands to be sanitized, and then you will scan your ID to check in. Next, you will take your book to the return book drop and put it there. Then you can walk over to the shelves and browse the books. While you're at the shelves, always make sure there's only one student per shelf and always leave at least one bookshelf in between you and the next person. If someone is at the shelf you would like to be at, just wait until they're finished. After you select your book, walk over to the circulation desk and wait on the floor marker. Next, when it's your turn, you'll step to the line, hold up your ID so it can be scanned, then hold up your book so we can scan the barcode. Then you're all finished and you'll head straight back to class.
Yes, Miss Danielle.
Park,
Yes, ma'am.
may I go grab some water, please?
Oh, I would love to see you, Danielle. Do you have a water bottle, honey?
No.
You don't have a water bottle? Okay. In order to get water, you gotta have like a water bottle, okay? And then your teacher can let you go and get water when you need it, okay? But you have to bring a water bottle or a closed container.
Okay, class, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them. Yes,
Can
Ms.
I
Judy.
go fill my water bottle up?
Yes, you may. Let me write you a pass.
Okay, where's it at?
You can go to the water filling station right down the hall upstairs.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Della, thank
Yes,
you.
miss.
I see that you brought your water bottle today.
I did.
Awesome job. The expectation, though, for our campus is that it needs to have water in it. Maybe you just forgot, but that's our expectation.
My energy drink, miss.
I understand. That looks really good, too. But we need to just be drinking water.
Hi, we're going to talk about bathroom procedures and one-time use passes. You're going to ask your teacher for permission, and then you're going to get a pass. You're going to make sure your ID is on, that your mask is on, and you're going to go directly to the restroom. You're going to check social distancing, make sure that you're not near each other. Go in and take care of your business. Wash your hands. Come back out. Go directly back to class. Give the pass to, or show the pass and then throw it away. And the teacher's going to spritz your hands with some more sanitizer just to stay clean. You're going to throw the pass away so nobody else touches it.
When entering the bathroom, make sure that you can enter and properly social distance. Make sure that after you finish using the bathroom, wash your hands. Make sure to get above, under, in between your fingers. Make sure you dry your hands with a paper towel and dispose of it properly. Check your face mask and make sure you're wearing your ID. On your way back to class, follow all school procedures.
So remember, If you need to go to the bathroom, ask your teacher for a one-time pass. Make sure you keep your mask and ID on at all times and stay socially distanced. And when you come back, throw your pass away, have your teacher sanitize your hands, and you're good to go.
The standard measure of social distancing is 6 feet apart. If you need some help knowing how much 6 feet is, we have some examples for you. 6 floor tiles, 2 yardsticks glued together, 10 tiny paper plates, roughly 6 wigs, or exactly 1, Mr. Taylor.
When you come to the classroom, it's important for you to go straight to your desk. This is because we want to make sure that you and others stay safe. It's okay because you'll still be able to see and hear your friend. One of the plus things about all this is that you won't have anybody breathing on you.
Once you're at your desk, there's a few important things that you need to remember. The first is that you have to keep your mask on. I know it's tempting to take it off, but it's safest for you and everyone else if you keep it on. Don't worry, you'll get a break at lunch.
We know it's hard to stay in your desk all class period, so your teachers are going to do their best to get you up and moving. But if you do need to get up, you have to ask permission and raise your hand. Once you have permission and you get up and you start moving, you still got to make sure you're staying 6 feet away from the people around you. Remember, just picture Mr. Taylor laying on the floor.
Coach Esper, you may go. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Miss Neves, you may go. Have a great day.
All right, bye, Miss Tosh.
I hate wearing these masks.
Oh, Coach Esper, make sure you're wearing that mask up above your nose. Y'all need to make sure you're staying 6 feet apart and exit the building towards this direction.
Yes, ma'am.
Esper, good to see you. Can you put your ID on for me? Thank you, Coach Esper. Hey, Miss Neves. Oh, great. Hi. Thank you for social distancing and having your ID on. You guys have a great day today.
Let's go over the procedures for the lunch line here at South Belton Middle School. Many things will still be the same for our returning students. Lunch is still free. You are still required to wear your student ID at all times, and you will need to leave your electronics behind unless given permission. You will still arrive to the cafeteria by teacher. Of course, we will have some new changes when coming to the lunch line. Masks are required at all times unless you are sitting with food in front of you. If you are bringing a lunch from home, you will be redirected to the gym for lunch. There will still be stickers at the table so you know what distance you need to maintain when sitting. When arriving at the cafeteria, you will sit at an assigned table. Remember to keep your mask on until you have food in front of you. When your table is called to pick up lunch, look for your sticker on the floor so that you will know where to stand in line and how far apart you will need to stand. There will be 2 lunch lines, lines A and C. You will receive your lunch in a closed container and keep it closed until you sit down. And remember, you'll always be needing to wear your student ID in order to have a smooth lunch. And always keep your mask on until you have food in front of you.
Sitting at the lunchroom tables. Remember our universal attention signal. Hand raised means you raise your hand and turn to voice level 0. You will be using this signal in the cafeteria daily. Cafeteria staff will hand you your tray, walk to your assigned table, and sit at one of the marked spaces. Before you eat, you may remove your mask. Eat respectfully and quickly. The adults on duty will let you know if your grade level has electronics for the day. Always remember to clean up your area. If you need anything, remember to raise your hand and get permission before getting up. Always put your mask back on anytime you get up to leave your seating area. Once you finish eating, put your mask back on, gather your trash, and close your drink containers. A person on duty will come around and allow you to throw away your tray. Do not forget to put your mask back on. Quietly wait for your teacher to pick your class up. At the end of lunch, always watch for the quiet signal.
Hi, I'm Sarah Ridley, and I'm going to be talking to you about classroom procedures that go with the cafeteria and the big gym. This is a new procedure this year. So if you come to school and you bring your lunchbox, you are going to be eating in the big gym this year. You will line up with your class as usual, and your teacher will walk you
to this area here in the main foyer. When you get to this area, you're going to split from the line and go into the big gym to eat. If you have food that needs to be heated up, you will have access to 3 microwaves. We ask that while you are in line for the microwave, that you keep your mask on, that you maintain 6 feet of social distancing. When you go into the big gym, you're going to notice that the bleachers are marked with stickers in some locations and not in others. These stickers are showing you where students are allowed to sit, so you will look for those stickers. You will load into the bleachers from the top down. You need to keep your mask on that entire time until you are ready to start eating. If you are eating your lunch and you have a need like more napkins, or maybe you need to go to the restroom, then you need to raise your hand and ask for the adult to get permission. After you finish eating, it is very, very important that you clean your area very well. Please remember to leave no trace behind.
So coming to PE, you're going to walk up the bus hallway. You're going to use the hand sanitizing station and enter the small gym. Sit down at your assigned spot. And when it's time to leave, you're going to leave through the same doorway. You're going to use the hand sanitizing station and then walk down the bus hallway to your next class.
As a boys pre-athletic student, you will be required to have your mask on. You will sanitize your hands upon entering the gym through the large gym doors across the library. You will drop off your backpack alongside the gym and take your assigned spot. Once attendance and instructions have been given by your coach, you will then exit the gym to your assigned room to dress out.
Pre-athletic girls will come through the door near the stairs. You'll enter the door, sanitize your hands, put your backpack against the wall, and then you'll walk to your spot.
7th grade boys athletes, when you come in the morning, you'll come in between the field and the school. Use those 7th grade locker room door. You'll report in. You'll let a few in at a time. You'll change clothes, get ready. You'll exit out the 8th grade locker room, travel down to the practice field, where you'll be in socially distanced lines until everybody is out, and we will start practice then. 8th grade athletes, boys athletes, when 8th period starts, you'll line up on either side of the athletic hallway, spread out. We'll let you into the locker room a few at a time. You will change, get onto the practice field, and report down there in socially distanced lines until everybody is out and ready to practice.
8th grade girl athletes will enter this door near the stairs, and they will walk down the gym and go into the locker room. 7th grade girls will have morning practice. They will enter these back doors, come in, sanitize our hands, and then go to the spot and go to the gym.
At the end of the school day, students who are car riders dismissed to the front of the building. This year, even outside, it's important to wear masks and IDs and remain 6 feet apart, so you're free to chat with a friend from a distance. Parents, please pull all the way to the front of the line and wait inside your vehicle as your student comes to your car. Students, when you see your ride, please say your goodbyes to your friends while keeping your social distance and proceed to the car. Here at South Belton, together, we can make this process a safe and efficient means for you to leave school safely each and every day.
Hi, South Belton Tigers. We are at bus dismissal at the end of the day. As you proceed out of the back doorway by the 6th grade hallway area and by the door by the gymnasium, small gym and large gym, you will proceed directly to your bus if your bus has arrived. Ms. Russell, myself, or someone on duty will be announcing the buses that are already here. If your bus has not arrived, you will go to the zone. Your zone is your teacher that will be holding up your bus number. Once you've gotten there, you will get into 2 separate lines, social distancing, so that you will have extra spacing. There should not be any horse playing, moving around, running around. We must maintain social distancing and safety at all times. Once your bus has arrived, your teacher will move towards the bus. You will move into a single file line. The bus will stop. Once the bus has stopped, the teacher will acknowledge the drivers for him to open up the door, he or she. At that time, she or he, your teacher, will allow you to get on the bus one at a time. Remember, safety first, mask on at all times. You must be wearing your smart tag as well to get on the bus once those have been distributed. This is your bus dismissal.
Hello, South Belton Middle School students. This is Mr. Deacon, and I'm here to talk about 5 things you need to do this school year to be a successful student here at South Belton Middle School. There are a lot of changes in our 2020 school year, and I kind of wanted to go over the 5 things that I think kind of summarize the things you need to do every single day to be a successful student here at South Belton Middle School. Number 1, let's get right to it. Number 1, you got to be engaged. Whether you're in the classroom or whether you're at your home classroom or whatever it is, you need to be engaged and ready to learn every single morning. So when a Zoom starts, if you're online and a Zoom starts, you need to be engaged, you need to be ready. You need to have that learning space taken care of. You need to have your technology ready, everything you need to be successful in class. You need to be engaged. When you get to the classroom, follow the guidelines and the expectations from the teacher. Get ready to go. You want to be engaged in your learning. You're responsible for your own learning, whether it's online or whether we're in the classroom. You're responsible for your learning. It's not somebody else's fault. It's not COVID's fault that we're not learning. It's our turn to be engaged and to learn and to be successful. So take that responsibility seriously. We want you to be engaged. We want you to smile, have a good time, but we want you to be engaged in the learning, whatever the teacher is going to be able to do. That's number 1. Number 2, we get this argument all the time, whether it's a Chromebook, whether it's an iPad, whatever it is. A piece of technology is very, very important in our learning right now. We need to be engaged all the time in our learning. So that means that device every single morning needs to be charged and ready to go. Whether you bring that iPad here or whether you bring a Chromebook here, it really doesn't matter what it's going to be. We want you to have that device charged every day. Find a spot in your house that can charge. One of the last things you do before you go to bed every night, put that device. My glasses are fogging up a little bit. The third thing, first one is to be engaged. The second one is have your device ready. You're going to need the mask. Just think about this. Whenever you're in this building, it is so easy to take this mask off and not do it. Well, we want to be engaged and we want to have a mask with us at all time. I have all different kinds. I got the skeleton one, and it's so easy just to pull it down and not be engaged. We want to protect others, protect yourself, and be safe and responsible. One of those is to have a mask. So get a couple of masks. Go ahead, wash them every single week. It's not like a hoodie that you wear for 3 weeks and not wash it. You want to wash it all the time. Have some replacements ready. We want you to go. Don't just try to use a temporary one. Find something that you need to make a mask. So how to have a mask. So the rule of thumb, if you're inside this building, you need to have a mask on. Just that simple. That's the third one. The fourth one, you need to be apart from each other. I know you haven't seen each other in 6 months, 170 days, or whatever it's going to be in between classes, and you're going to want to see your friends. But you're going to have to do it 6 feet apart. We're going to have videos to explain what social distancing is, how it works, but we want to be able to practice that every single day. In your classes, at lunch, in the lines, in the hallways, we want to be socially distant to be able to be safe and protect each other. Because you're not only protecting yourself, you're protecting your family, you're protecting your grandmother, you're protecting your aunt, your uncle, somebody that's living in your family, and you're protecting my mother-in-law, my wife, and my kids when you're being socially distant and being protective and taking care of yourself and wearing a mask. We want to be able to do that. That was the fourth one, to be socially distant. The fifth and last one, wash these hands all the time. We want to wash them often. Use hand sanitizer. The teachers will have hand sanitizer all over the place. We want you to be able to be engaged, but we also want you to be safe and responsible. And the last one we want you to do, this is a bonus question on number 5. We want you to be flexible and understanding. This is a totally different learning environment. We're all going to get stressed. We're all going to have frustrations. But understand, we're all in it together. We want you to be successful at school. So those are my 5 tips that I want you to be successful at school this year. Be engaged. Have your device charged every single day. Have masks with you all the time when you're in the building. The fourth one is understand social distance and how it works. We want you to wash your hands often and well. And also the last one, the bonus question, is we want you to be flexible. It's going to be a great year. Can't wait to see you on September the 8th.